Hi everybody, this is update 7 I believe, and this one was a Christmas surprise. Let's see here, we rescued 13 kids in total. It brought the total up to 224, and that was on Christmas 2015. I got a call about 3 a.m. About a possible rescue, and it was one of 3 brothels we had been watching, and they had just gifted us an opportunity. We had been watching it for a long time, but the target, there was no way really to target it because the risk was too high for, the neighborhood and for our team. And then, another thing is that when I have team members there, the reason I am the commander is not all of them have been where I've been. For those who have walked to the edge and looked over and then come back are the only ones that can really understand what it is when you're going into a situation like this with those that haven't. We at the Quest, we're not vigilantes or violent thugs, and that's the reason I'm the commander. Before anyone can participate with me on these rescues, they have to be able to follow my law, Z's law. That's human law, and they have to be able to do what I tell them to do. I have a feeling that that's why we're the ones that are successful that's doing this sort of stuff, and why the others seem to fail. They either fail in the beginning or the middle or the end, where we've been successful all the way through. But not everybody's going to agree with my methods. We all found each other on this earth to change the world and its consciousness. Seek always peace, where no path for the footsteps of others unless the soul is endangered. We are linked by our souls. To endanger one endangers us all. But when one is endangered, then the soul must become a warrior. Anyway, back to the story. We noticed a bunch of kids being brought in the front, and we already knew that they were full. They had at least 69 kids inside the brothel. Joe called in some of our friends to take a look at a larger area, because we had to encompass a very large area. What a lot of people don't know is that they have, a lot of these places will have tunnels underneath and corridors between all the different buildings that are connected together, because they don't just do the child trafficking, they also run drugs and other things through a lot of these places. So we had to be able to see the entire area and not just a certain locale. That is, if we were going to do anything at all. One of our ladies at one of the local churches noticed a truck where there were a few men keeping everybody away, and this was at the back side of the brothel. So by now, several of our people there, without leaving anything unseen, we moved the rest all to this location where the truck was. So if we were going to see something, I thought that's where it would be. And again, we're not after anything except for the kids. So our hopes really weren't high at this moment, but we knew that there was something going on, so we, like you said, we targeted that area. Then 13 kids from about age 6 to 14. Some of them was obviously drugged. Some were carried and pushed and so on. They weren't really treating these kids with any respect whatsoever, even for them. So we knew they were apparently probably useless to other brothels and such, so we really knew exactly what was going to happen here. They were going to take them to the hospital, not to be treated either. We started to set a plan in action. And at the hospital, there's specific doctors there that specialize in certain things. And this is kind of a gray area, but they harvest the organs and they sell them to China primarily. So we knew what was going to go on. Plus we had some people for small amounts of money within the hospital that will tell us certain things and redirect things for us. So what we had them do is we arranged for where they would drop the kids off. And so we were able to get there ahead of them and set up so that we could be there waiting when they arrived. And what happened was once the truck came in, the guards didn't even get out of the truck. We took over the vehicle, and along with our other liberated vehicles, we escorted them out of town. And once we got there, we secured the 2 guards, and we left them in a place where they would be found later, but not to interrupt us on the way. So at that point, we were able to get the kids we were able to get them to a safe house where our medical doctor came in and found that she was able and would be able to nurse them all back to health. And we could do it in the safe environment, so we didn't have any worries there, and we had the equipment that we needed due to a little donation from somebody that just went so far. And we managed this time, and plus with my extra jobs and such, we managed to take care of these kids until they were healthy enough to go either back to their families or to be placed, which we would determine through some of our social workers. And they did stay there until they were back to health, at least physically. And there were a couple that weren't in so good shape, and so we sent them to a place where we know that where the hope lies and where they could be taken care of, and until they get to the point where decisions could be made. So anyways, that was our Christmas thing. That brought, what did that bring our total to? That brought our total up to 224 before the end of the year. So anyways, that's that one. See you soon.